So this is our first paper prototype app. I'm going to give you 3 tasks. When you see the task, go ahead and click what you would think would solve that task.
Okay.
So here's number 1, if you would read it out loud.
Okay. 1. Set a time allowed for a certain app. So, right here it says click on a plan to track usage / set time allowed. So if I wanted to set time allowed for a certain app like Snapchat, I'm assuming I would just click Snapchat. Cool, so that pops up, right? So if these are 2 buttons, obviously to set time, press set time. How long do you want to use this for? So, set time allowed for a certain app. So I guess that kind of implies that this is like time that I can use it immediately, because there's no like, I can't set it for a time in the future. So I would just set this for like, 15 minutes or whatever.
Awesome. Okay. Here is the second task.
Cool. Number 2, check current usage for Snapchat. So, same thing, track usage. Track usage. Minutes used.
Great. Alright, and then your final task.
Cool. Number 3, find out how your friend is doing. I'll track my friend. Find friends by phone number.
Awesome.
Tap that.
Alright. For our first user, he was able to complete all 3 tasks, though for the first task he had an issue with setting a time allowed for the certain app. Originally, when the time clicked to set up the time, it asked how long do you want to use this for. He thought it was a little bit vague and didn't know how long the overall time period is. So we updated it to now ask them how many minutes do you want to be allowed to use this app for the next 24 hours. All right, participant number 2. Vivian, this is the app that we are using to allow students to not procrastinate on their phone using Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. Whenever you open up this app, you'll get this as your main page where you're able to see a garden. Each tree or plant in the garden represents a certain app. So now I'm going to give you 3 tasks. For each task, just go ahead and do what you think you should do to solve that task, and I cannot answer any questions. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Number 1.
Set a time allowed for a certain app. Settings, right? What happens afterwards? Oh, okay. Add apps, disable apps. Disable. Do I open it now?
No,
What happens
that's
afterwards?
it.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Number 2.
Check current usage for Snapchat.
So when you click that, you get 2 options.
Oh, that's how you set the time. RIP. Okay. Check usage. Oh, track usage. Minutes used.
Okay, that solves that. And then number 3. Can you read that out?
Find out how your friend is doing. Track friends. Find friends, enter number.
Awesome. For our second user, the first task gave them a sort of little bit of a problem. Set a time allowed for a certain app. Originally, the settings tab was right over here, so they figured that it was the right choice to click it to set a time. So therefore, we changed the setting app all the way to the top right in small characters, so it's not prominent in the app. And we bolded the click on a plan to track users and set time allowed instruction. Originally, it was in a line right over here in little letters. Now it's big and bold and right in the front. So hopefully this will fix our next user's problem. Okay, so this is a procrastination app. It's supposed to deter students from using spending too much time on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and all these popular apps. So we decided to make this to help students track the time that they're doing on these apps. So I'm going to give you 3 tasks. Just please read out the task and then verbally explain what you're doing as you're doing it.
Okay.
All right, here's your first task.
It says set a time allowed for a certain app. So I'm trying to find out how I do that. Click on a plan, track usage, and set time allowed. Okay, so I'll just use Facebook. Click on that. And then set time. Set the amount of time allowed on this app for the next 2 days. Okay, so like
Awesome.
set a certain time.
All right. This is going to be your second.
Okay. Check current usage for Snapchat. Track usage. If I click on the plan, so I'll click on Snapchat. Then I'll track the usage. Okay, so I have
Awesome.
that.
And then your final task.
How my friend is doing. So I'll track friends right here. I guess I put in like my friend's phone number. So, do you want me to like go into detail how I'd get the number?
That's perfect.
Okay.
For our third and last user, he was able to complete all 3 tasks, and it was very simple for him to do so. The changes that we made, especially with the bolding of click on a plan to track users and set time, very much cleared the instructions and allowed them to do it.